Hello, welcome back to our devoted fan base of, you know, viewers I could count on one hand. Uh, this is Criterion Club episode 6, right?
666.
666. Hail Satan. So yeah, we're back. We're back from the dead. We're like Twin Peaks, X-Files, Family Guy, Shenmue. We're all back.
Yeah, I just got done watching E3. I was watching all day.
I was watching the stream myself, but we're not talking about Shenmue and E3. We're talking about
We're talking about Final Fantasy VII and The
remake.
Last Guardian.
Yeah, Glass Guardian, which I thought looked stupid, but
Of course you
whatever.
did. Of course you did. Oh my god.
All I saw was a guy. All I saw was a guy destroy a bridge and then be like, "Save me, bird dog!"
That's all that
Like,
happened. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that's all it
whatever.
was.
I look forward to the actual game because I just thought the trailer was stupid. Anyway, we're not talking about E3. That's the
We are
second time I've
talking
said
about
that.
E3. How about did you see Jason Derulo at the
I
Ubisoft press
I did
conference?
not. I actually only watched Sony. So
So Aisha Tyler hosts the Ubisoft conference every year, and
yeah,
this year, and it's always the worst conference. I hate it. And this year they
sure
were
is better.
promoting Just Dance 4, I think.
Hmm.
So Jason Derulo came out. I've never heard his music before, but I know he's popular. I've heard his name. He comes out and starts singing, and it's one of the worst performances I've ever seen in my life.
I don't know much about Jason Derulo. I honestly, the only way I judge it is I feel like he's like the likable Chris Brown because we have no evidence of him, beating anybody up. That's
Seems like a
kind
nice
of
guy.
yeah, just not a nice singer.
Not a good singer, man. I was embarrassed for him.
Yeah, but speaking of embarrassing, this is Criterion Club where we're
Did you
supposed to
see
talk
the
about.
Bethesda conference yesterday?
I saw the Doob demo. The
Fallout 4.
yeah,
Fallout 4.
I
I'm
was
not
intrigued.
reviewing any movies for 2 weeks when that comes out.
I am intrigued by the what was it? It was like the iPhone Android game they did.
I downloaded it right when they announced it.
Oh, it's already out. I only saw like a brief glimpse of the preview. I didn't know. I thought that was going to be tied in with the
That's
launch.
the cool thing about E3 now. They can just be like, this game's out now, and then you can just
Yeah.
download
Well, that's what they
it.
did with Shenmue, right? The Kickstarter, which was funny to be like, the Kickstarter was just like they did a countdown. It's like it's live, and
Yeah.
I checked, and it was like in 20 minutes, it made like $300,000.
Dang.
Nuts! It's nuts. It's gonna make it. It's gonna make it before midnight my time.
Well, Shenmue 2 was in 2001. It's the last
Uh-huh.
time we saw a Shenmue game.
Yeah. And when did Final Fantasy VII come out?
96?
Yeah. Microsoft was pretty embarrassing. I saw a teeny bit of that, but that's Microsoft.
Microsoft, I thought. I mean, I have a PlayStation, so I like the Sony press conference better because they
Yeah,
had
I mean,
Last Guardian and Final Fantasy VII and No Man's Sky and stuff. But from what I've heard, Microsoft had the best conference of the show so far.
oh, everyone's going nuts. And from what I've heard, everyone's going nuts for Sony.
Yeah, because there is a lot of
For
fanboy
fanboy.
shit
Yeah,
in
I mean,
that
basically,
conference.
Sony was just like, here, have your fanboy stuff, and everyone went nuts, and then now everyone's like, it's
Look what
over.
I've got here.
I don't know what that is.
Charlie Chaplin.
Okay, first of all, how dare you? How dare you? I try to introduce Criterion Club. You keep going on to video games,
What are you
and
talking about? I'm trying to get onto Criterion.
people plan all along to distract you with video games, and it's on the bust out Criterion and be like, "You asshole, you piece of shit." We're trying to talk Criterion.
But yeah, my dear friend Natalie, she's one of my dearest friends. She
That's
bought
actually
me
Charlie
this.
Chaplin.
This is Charles Chaplin. This is, I think, his final movie,
I
Limelight.
I'm not sure.
I
I'm
don't know.
pretty
Maybe it's
bad on
not.
Chaplin.
I
I
haven't
always
watched
thought,
it yet.
I always thought the placement of the Criterion C on that cover was really misguided. It kind of looks like
Yeah,
something
if
was
you guys
smudged.
can you see that?
Yeah,
It's a little bit cleverly hidden there.
not really. Yeah,
It's kind of unsightly. I agree.
yeah. I'm not a fan of it. We were supposed to do a live chat about the new Criterion titles being announced today because, as fellow Criterion Club wannabe members know watching this that on the 15th of every month, Criterion unveils their new lineup, but they were like, no, it's tomorrow. And, you know, as they say,
They said they were having tech difficulties.
yeah, I wonder if that's a site or not. I know that sometimes they need to finalize stuff before they, like they actually, like before they announce it, they're still finalizing licensing and all this crap. But I
So
don't know.
we really have nothing to talk about on today's episode.
We don't. I mean, but you know what? I think that's keeping with the spirit of every other Criterion Club we've done. So,
This is no different than any other
no different.
Criterion.
No different.
Actually, the part where we read off the announced titles, which everyone probably already knows anyways because
Yeah.
they just see it on Facebook.
Yeah.
That's probably always the worst part of the show. I'm
Yeah,
gonna say.
I mean, everyone comes here for the riffs. Much like a Led Zeppelin concert. They're here for the riffs. They're here for.
You're digging a deep grave for us, CJ. This is it, really. We're almost.
I
6
mean,
feet
it's
under.
like it's really deeper because I mean we've already kind of started below ground.
Okay,
But,
so
yeah.
all right. So, have you watched any Criterion movies lately?
How I watch any Criterion movies? Like, I'm not actually. You know what? I usually actually pull up my like little film diary before I do this because I always forget. But I don't know if I've actually. Oh, I did watch a few weeks ago. Many thanks to Ryan. He knows who he is. He's probably watching. He set up a screening of Ingmar Bergman's Autumn Sonata, which
You asked
was
me about Autumn Sonata the other day.
yes. I was surprised that you didn't actually see it.
But he has made so many movies. I mean,
That's true. He's really prolific. Like, I mean, I haven't seen many Ingmar Bergman movies myself. I just, for some reason, that one's always been hyped up to me. Like, I told people I was going to see. Everyone's like, "Well, that's his best one," or they were like, "You're gonna love it. It's the only good." There's someone was like, "It's the best thing Ingrid Bergman's ever done because she's in it," and that was interesting seeing Ingrid Bergman actually acting in Swedish, but I'm not too familiar with her films. But yeah, I mean, Autumn Sonata was. Maybe I've told it before, but I'm not like the craziest. Are you texting on your phone?
no.
Okay, you're looking down and you're
Research,
like,
CJ. Research. I was
Your
trying to be.
research,
I was
I
trying
know.
to be sneaky about it.
I would give you a tip if you want to be sneaky. Don't look down from the camera for an extended period of time. Maybe
But
that's.
they can't see me, CJ. That you're talking, so they can't see
Oh,
me.
well, I can see you.
I
don't how
know.
this works.
I
You're gonna be the host. You're gonna be the host of like the Ron Burgundy of Criterion Club. I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
You exposed me. They can't see me when you're talking.
I didn't know. I don't know. I don't know these things. I'm an idiot.
But yeah, no,
Anyway.
yeah. Go on, go on.
Autumn Sonata, which I lost my train of thought, but basically, oh yeah, I'm not like a huge Bergman fan from what I've seen, and not overall. I haven't seen enough to really, come down the other side because he's made so damn much. But I've seen Seven Seal and Persona. I like Seven Seal. Didn't really like Persona. What? Yeah, didn't really like Persona too much, but I like Seven Seal. Just none of them really blew me away. But this was the one where I was finally like, okay, I get it.
Mm.
I get why people like Bergman. This one was, yeah, I totally loved it. But yeah, I think that's actually the only Criterion movie I've seen. What about you?
I revisited The Passion of Joan of Arc, the first one.
Yes.
Yeah. With Falconetti. Falconetti, like,
Yes,
like
yes,
Cher.
yes.
There's Cher, there's Beyonce, and there's Falconetti.
Falconetti, yeah.
But yeah, I revisited it because I just watched Game of Thrones, and there was a scene in the finale, the Game of Thrones finale, that really reminded me of that movie. And or not really. I mean, it's not shot in the same way, but the whole feel of it and the theme of one of the scenes was very reminiscent of Carl Dreyer's Passion of Joan of Arc. So I rewatched it, and it's awesome, man. I think I watch it every couple of years, just to watch Falconetti. She's amazing.
I've seen it. I've seen it once. When you watch it, what version do you watch?
What do you mean?
Well,
I'm
there's
I'm so uneducated. Clearly, I'm
no,
clearly a noob.
No, I don't mean. I mean the soundtrack. Sorry, not the actual movie itself, because there are different versions of the soundtrack. Like some people watch it with no audio whatsoever. Some people watch it with
I watch it with the audio, but I didn't know there was another option, to be honest.
well, the thing is to bring up because I've only seen it once. It was years ago. It was with a friend. we took it out of the library. This is a horrible story. Um, and we put it on, and we basically watched it while just periodically switching the audio tracks every few minutes. we
Ideal,
Yeah,
ideal
so basically
watching.
it was like, oh, okay, there, here it is with like no actual real audio, I think. Then here it is with the music. Then here it is with like commentary, and we're just going back and forth. It's something I have to revisit for very obvious reasons. But yeah, Dryer is once again another Criterion or just in general blind spot for me. You know, but I'm terrible with any pre 1950 or 1960 cinema.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I mean, me too. I mean, honestly, I am too. I mean, I'm a fan. I think I watch more of the. I mean, more into that stuff than like a lot of people on the site. But even me, I'm not that knowledgeable. Clearly, but I didn't even know that there was a silent version, or
Well,
I mean, that's different audio track. Sorry.
you're more knowledgeable than me. That's maybe in those
Right.
terms.
But it's kind of cool because it's almost like I mean, because these movies are new to us, you know, so it's kind of fun discovering these movies that are like considered the best or whatever. It's always fun for me to go back. I've been disappointed. I mean, I almost watched Rules of the Game.
Hmm.
Yeah, I almost rewatched that the other day because I thought of it because that's the one, probably the one movie that is like considered one of the best, but I really like don't like it. Like, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I. It's easy to see the you know how amazing it is as far as filmmaking, like and skill and like execution and stuff. But it just doesn't. It feels so. It feels so almost hollow to me. That movie. I think the most impressive thing is the bouncing around of tone and the how nimble the tone shifts from scene to scene or even moment to moment within a scene, but didn't move me.
So like it's like a detached feeling.
Yeah, yeah. Like there's just nothing that drew me in and made me emotional. It was completely emotionless watching that movie.
Yeah, I've noticed that there are a lot of titles in Criterion where I watch them and obviously, I mean, do you ever feel like intimidated in a way when you start a movie that you know is like a classic or something that has a very high reputation that you haven't seen?
I don't think so. I'm typically excited. I'm usually get excited.
See, I don't know. I mean, like in some cases, I might be able to like, oh, like I'll see. I try and approach this stuff with an open mind, but I always have this like little fear of like, what if it doesn't work for me? Because I've had so many cases where I'll watch something that's considered classic, and I'll be similar to how you watch Rules of the Game, where it kind of leaves me detached, or I feel like it's hollow. It doesn't really move me in any way. I mean,
But that's okay. I mean, there's no risk like that.
no,
Like
there's no
that.
risk. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just like I mean, when you watch something that's seen as this milestone of cinema, and you're kind of like, yeah, like it's a
That's
bit of
fine.
a
Yeah,
weird.
I know that's a familiar experience to me when it's hanging out with you. But yeah, no, I don't know.
Oh,
I mean, I defended you pretty hard with the Mad Max thing. I think it's totally okay, and I don't get nervous that I might not like something that everyone else likes. I don't
oh,
care.
it's not maybe nervous. Maybe that may not be the right word, but it's just something where it's just like, oh, like I don't know how to put it. I mean, maybe it's
Here, let me. Okay,
disappointment.
so when you go into a movie that's considered a classic, like, were you one of those people who went into Citizen Kane like this and just, you know what I mean, and just like,
No,
okay,
I remember when I watched Citizen Kane, it was actually I took a first year film class, like a total cliche, in university, and that was the second movie they played. The first movie they played was Adam McGowan's Calendar, which, but basically, they were teaching us form, like film form, and they picked that one. And I'm like, yeah, that's a good pick because it's the same goddamn thing over and over again. But no, I went into Citizen Kane really like curious. I wanted to see how it would turn out because I mean it has this reputation, but I knew so little about it, and then I liked
do you
it.
like Citizen Kane? Have I
I
like
do like it.
asked you? Yeah.
I really really need to watch it because I haven't really seen it. I haven't seen it since, but I remember I enjoyed it. But it's like a thing where it's like it the reputation is so high when I watched it. I'm like, well, I liked it, but I wasn't like this is the best movie I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Blah
but
blah
it's
blah.
like, for me, like when
But
I
I liked
approached
it.
Yeah, you know, when I approach any movie, I mean, a movie's reputation, like, I don't really give a shit. You know, I don't really. I mean, and that is not something that comes naturally to me. Like, of course, when you hear that a movie is one of the best or everyone loves it, the inclination is to either be skeptical or be
Mhm.
excited and be hyped up. You know, one of the two. But you know, for years, I think years ago, I just kind of made this decision that I was going to try my very hardest to not let any of that affect me when I go into a movie. And
Yeah,
it's hard to do. It is hard to do, but I think it makes the experience better and it makes keeps me honest as a critic.
yeah. No, it's all right. I try. Like I say, I try and have an open mind about it. But obviously, if you're like, it's easier with newer films because they're new, so they don't have they haven't had anything built up. But watching an older one, when I watched Seven Samurai, I was like, I'm like, okay. And I was watching, I started getting like really restless. I'm like, oh shit.
I just had a
Like
great idea, CJ. I
uh-oh.
just had a great idea. We're gonna play
I
a
hope it
game.
doesn't involve. I hope
No,
it doesn't involve watching a 3.5 hour movie again.
no, no, no. And I made good on my word on that one. I paid you back. I paid my debts.
Yeah, like 8 months later.
I paid him
Sure.
right when it became available. I paid my
Uh,
debts.
Abu always pays his
Abu
debts.
always pays his debts. Right
Yes.
when that disc got into my hand, I watched Make Way for Tomorrow immediately, and I loved it. We didn't talk about that on Criterion Club,
No, we
ironically.
talked about that in the cast. Which, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, maybe we'll talk. Maybe we'll talk about a little
If
bit
you're
about
watching
that at the
Criterion
end.
Club and you're like, "What's an IndieCast?" Go listen to the
The
IndieCast
Way to IndieCast. We do it every week. This is
every
ridiculous.
week.
No one who watches this is not like if they watch this, there's no way they'd watch this but never listen to an IndieCast.
You're right. I have.
There's no
It's
way.
mostly. It's mostly. Honestly, it's mostly my fans watching. But
Yeah, I have my one friend, my dear Natalie, who gave me this. She's the only person I know who's ever watched one of these.
I know someone who's watched it, and you know who you are, and I bet you're watching now. So, hello.
But anyways, I
That's
have a
creepy.
game. I have a game.
Yes.
This is fun. I can't believe I hadn't thought of this idea before. I'm gonna name off classic movies,
Yeah.
and then you tell me whether you liked or disliked them. Okay?
And if I haven't seen, just say pass or
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Go.
So we'll see if you're. This is what are we gonna call it? It's something to do with your dastardly dissenter name. What is this game called? We're gauging how much of a dissenter you really are here.
Um, I don't know. Classic contrarian. I don't know.
I don't know. Dissenter
No.
double down.
Dissenter double down. I mean,
Okay.
you got the alliteration in mind. That's good, but
Here we go. Here we go. We already know this one, but I'll start with it. Citizen Kane.
like it. That's my phone.
What was that?
It's not
What
a
just
landline.
happened?
It's not a landline. It's not.
It isn't a landline. What did that happen on Criterion Club?
Oh yeah.
That was
Oh, yeah.
when a landline went up. Okay, so Citizen Kane,
I like it.
Vertigo.
Don't like it. I thought you'd go like that.
Yeah. Oh, you're so much smarter than me. That would have been great. Godfather.
Don't care for it.
I'm with you on that one.
No.
No, I like it. I like Godfather, but I'm not.
I like part two more, but not by much.
Yeah. Okay, 2001.
I love it.
All right, so you're
Pretty
like
good.
pretty much down the middle here.
Two
I
guns.
like this. I like
Two
this. How many are we going to do? 10? Let's just do 10 because I
just
only
do
have
10.
10 fingers.
Yeah. 8 fingers, 2 thumbs.
Yeah. If you do a pass on some, then we'll keep going. So we'll
Okay,
get to 10
sure,
fingers.
Sure.
Okay.
This is actually kind of like name 5 for you, but now it's name 10. Name
Yeah,
10 classic movies.
there's way more to this than name 5, but okay, fucking.
I did
name
ask for the shade. But no.
Okay. You said you haven't seen like any Charlie Chaplin movies, right?
Yeah, I haven't seen any.
Okay, so can't do that.
Like
Oh,
I said,
okay.
once
Here
you-
we go. I know the answer to this one, but Tokyo Story.
I like it. I'm pro Tokyo Story.
Pro Tokyo Story. Let's keep going. Passion of Joan of Arc. I don't know if you said you liked it or not.
I'm gonna pass on that because I really like. I mean, considering how I described how I watched it, I don't really want to say give an opinion on it. I did not watch it in very ideal conditions.
Pulp Fiction.
I guess I like it. I'm not like crazy over it, but I like it. So
So you're more positive on.
yeah, more positive than
Yeah.
negative. But I
Okay.
mean, I like it. It's good.
I mean, look at this. Look at where
Yeah,
we are.
keep going. Keep going.
Yeah. Okay.
Just haven't picked the right
Let's think
ones.
of good ones. Yeah, I know. Like you're disappointing me here, CJ.
The disappointing dissenter.
The disappointing dissenter. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. What's another? Sunset Boulevard.
Uh, oh God, that one's actually a tough one. I don't just for drama's sake, even though I don't really hate the movie at all, put it on the negative side just for drama's sake.
Okay, just to keep the game going,
Yeah, just
basically.
keep the game going. I
So you're...
honestly, in the end, I'd probably put on the pro, but keep it. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. 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 Uh,
I'm not
Re-
crazy for it, but
the Red Shoes.
oh, I like Bal Pressburger, love him. So
Yeah, that's one of my favorites, man. That's
yeah, I mean,
ridiculously
I'm
good.
more of a Black Narcissus fan myself, but Red Shoes is good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But those two movies, you can't. If guys, if
Yeah,
you haven't seen either of those, I mean,
yeah. I mean, you can't go
essential.
wrong. Like, they're-
Oh, this is one. This might be my number two favorite movie of all time. Sunrise,
Song of Two Humans.
Song of
I
Two
thought we
Humans.
talked about that before in here. No,
Did we?
yeah, maybe it was here in the
Never
movies.
mind. Because I do you like that one?
Yes, I like Sunrise.
Damn it. Okay, no, never mind. Okay. The game should be over, but we're gonna
The
keep
game
going.
is just like, oh, you like too many movies, you asshole.
I'm throwing all these softballs, and you're giving me nothing.
I know.
Uh, 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 Jesus. I mean, 400 blows. Ooh.
Once again, for drama's sake, put it on the negative side, even though I do like
Okay,
it.
game's
I like
over,
it.
man.
Fine,
You like
fine.
all those movies. The only like you had to stretch
But the
for
thing is,
some.
like, the thing is, like, 400 blows is not something I would really be that emphatic or crazy about. It's just
Right,
like, it's fine. It's fine. It
right.
doesn't really. If you want to talk about movies I don't like, you should have went down Tarkovsky. I can't stand Tarkovsky.
Mm.
Godard, I don't like. But I feel like that's kind of a given with Godard's films.
Well,
It's just
Godard, I think it's funny. I went through a similar experience to Quentin Tarantino. Like said that he liked Godard when he was a teenager, but then he kind of outgrew it. Like it wasn't interesting to
Mhm.
him anymore once he started exploring other filmmakers. I think I went through the exact same thing. Like Godard blew my mind, and then started watching. I preferred Truffaut and
Yeah.
a lot of his contemporaries to Godard. Even though I value the movies that Godard made.
No,
Of
I have no. I
course.
have like for the record, I have nothing. I'm not going to say like Godard's worthless or anything. Like obviously, I don't enjoy his movies, but you would have to have a lobotomy to not see how much influence he's had and how what's the word prescient to he's been with the future of cinema and how he's influenced so much. Like you can't deny that. It's just I don't like the experience of watching Godard's movies.
Yeah,
But I've never really liked it. I think Goodbye to Language was the only one I liked, but that's because it was like, woo,
that was crazy, man.
yeah,
That was
that's
crazy. That fool's still alive. He's making good movies.
sure. Even film socialism, I didn't mind. I got it, but I wasn't a big fan of it. I actually would have. It's funny how out of I've seen a few of his earlier works, I actually prefer his later stuff to what I've seen from the '60s, which is like I
That's
don't
there
know
you
why.
go. You're earning your name back.
There we go.
Okay. Now let's
Oh,
keep
I
it
could.
going. Let's say some other stuff that'll.
Uh, Antonioni's one I've always fought with because I love him in theory. I hate him in execution. Um,
Love and Tour is one of my favorites.
La Ventura was torture for me, and yet I cannot, deny what that movie
You
has
know, it's a
done to
strange
cinema.
feeling. It's a strange feeling because I know what you mean. Like sometimes you watch a movie and these movies are like what you're seeing on screen. Like this is good cinema. That it's
Yeah,
clear
like
that
it's
this
yeah,
is like excellent, but it's just not
yeah.
connecting with you.
It's interesting because I just thinking of La Ventura was like I just watched a video that Criterion put on of what was it? Andre Gregory and Walter Shawn in the Criterion Closet, which is a great video. and he talked about L'Aventura, and he said that he watched it, he couldn't stand it, and then he visited 10 years later, and he loved it.
Right, I saw that. I saw that. Yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
wondering
Well,
if
the
I can.
ending pissed people off.
Everything pissed people off. Like, you remember, like the Cannes screening was disastrous. That like Antonioni and Monica Vitti like fled the theater because it was
Yeah, because
going so
it, it
badly.
it it raged against convention. Like that movie,
Exactly,
it makes you think it's a mystery story
and it
about a
just goes
missing
no,
girl.
no, fuck off.
Yeah, it's funny because when you watch it a second time, it's much less. I mean, because once you know it's not a mystery story, it works a lot better, I think. But if the whole time you're anticipating a resolution to this missing women's case, I mean, they must. I can understand why they got so
Well,
mad.
when the my favorite story from that is when at the screening, and by the way, it's nuts. At that year at Cannes, L'Aventura lost the Palme d'Or to La Dolce Vita. And just imagine that those two films premiered in the same year. I can't,
Wow.
bonkers. But my favorite story of L'Aventura is at the screening. During, like towards the end, people would start yelling "cut" at the screen because they were so
Wow.
mad that the shots went on for so long. They were screaming at them to cut, like go to the next shot already. Which is just like that. That's why I'm like I love Antonioni and concept more than execution. Like we need Antonioni, but yet I have the awareness, and yet it just the experience doesn't work for me. Which
How about you don't like Spielberg, right?
no, I can't stand Spielberg. I mean, I've tried and tried and tried, but no. I'm not saying he's made bad. He hasn't made a good movie, but I really just
Yeah, yeah,
don't
yeah,
like
yeah.
him. Like
Yeah, I've cooled off on Spielberg. I did.
I tried. I remember I was like, I'm never watching a Spielberg movie again because I watched Schindler's List. That was the one where it's like I have to watch that one because that's considered, the legendary one. And once again, too mawkish. Didn't really like it. Kind of agree with what Stanley Kubrick said about it, but
Jurassic Park. I like Jurassic Park.
I need to watch Jurassic Park again. But remember, I
It's
wasn't.
a great action movie. It's a great action movie.
I've said this before. I think on the IndyCast or somewhere, but I have an irrational fear of getting eaten or digested by something, and
Is
that
that
kind of feeds
legit?
into that. It's a weird fear. Like it's
Because it's so unlikely.
exactly. But like when I would watch The Blob, like not the '80s remake of The Blob, and I could not handle watching that movie because it's literally people getting swallowed up by a blob and they're just getting digested and dissolved,
How
and it's
about
a
Pinocchio?
horrifying.
How about that?
Uh, well, no, because he's like it's a fairy tale. He's like, "We, I'm in the bottom of the sea." Da, da, da. Like it's stupid, but it's good. I'm
Pinocchio's
not.
stupid?
No, no. I mean, like I mean, stupid in the sense of
I
like it's
know.
clearly not realistic. But it's. I'm
You
talking
heard
about.
it here
Here's
first.
how, here's how I say it. Here's how I say it. I'm talking about Roberto Benigni's Pinocchio.
Oh, okay.
That's how you say it. Sorry, Roberto.
Roberto.
Sorry, Roberto.
Oh
didn't mean to throw
man.
your movie under the bus. No, Pinocchio. Yeah, Pinocchio's a class. I feel like I should watch some Disney animation again. I've had that inkling.
Disney, like classic Disney animation, is terrific.
And they need to put
Terrific.
more animation on Criterion.
What was that game they showed? Cuphead. Did you see that?
No.
It's like okay, so it's a video game. This is E3 again. Cuphead. No, but this is kind of relevant because Cuphead is this game. It's a 2D side scroller. Like it's like a bullet hell. It's a
Mhm.
not a side scroll. It's a bullet hell like shooter, like ship shooter. And the art is all hand drawn in the style of like Steamboat Willie.
Oh, nice.
It's so cool. Like it's every frame is hand drawn. You got to check it out. I think it's called Cuphead. I might be wrong.
I'll check it out. Honestly, I don't care because I mean, some people told me to check stuff out, and I don't want to check it out because whatever they describe is like something that if I type into Google, like I feel like we get put on a list. But Cuphead is innocuous, but that's another story. No, it's because here, but I'll tie this back into video games. What if there was a Criterion collection for video games? What would you put in it?
Dang, you don't, man. This is gonna. My computer's heating up. I don't have my ice bag. We're gonna have to wrap this up quick, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna rattle some
Name
off.
one.
This,
Name one. Or more.
well,
Yeah,
I'll
rattle
name a
off.
few. I'll name a few. Criterion Collection. I mean, it's all gonna be Nintendo, right? Like Mario,
Yeah,
Tetris,
the classics.
Tetris, like Legend of Zelda,
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man. Pong. I mean, yeah, Okay, so I'll get creative. We'll do some weird
Get
ones.
creative. Yeah.
I'd put Criterion. I put Chrono Trigger in there.
Hmm.
Silent Hill 2.
Oh, you took my pick.
Really?
Yeah, that was my pick.
It's a great game.
It's
It's a great.
fantastic.
It's such a like art house, like a
Yeah.
weird obscure
Oh
game.
yeah.
Kind of too. It wasn't obscure at the time, but now it's super obscure. And it's in that same vein. Resident Evil 4,
Hmm.
Final Fantasy 7. Even it's not one. It's not one of my favorite Final Fantasies, but if we're making a collection of classics, 7 would be in there.
Yeah.
6 too. Final Fantasy 6 or 3 if you're in the United States. What else? What would you put in there?
Oh God, I'm not sure because like one you took my pick, but
Street Fighter 2.
yeah,
Street Fighter 2.
I feel like one that needs to be mentioned is the Half-Life games. I mean,
Half-Life.
Half-Life 2
I would
especially.
put Half-Life 2 in there.
Yeah,
I'd put
Half-Life 2
Half-Life 2.
really blew my mind when I played that one.
Dude, I put Portal in there.
Portal, yeah, I was gonna name that
Portal
there.
2. Stephen
Portal
Merchant.
2, yeah. Portal 2 is fantastic. God, I'm having a hard time thinking. GoldenEye maybe? GoldenEye?
That game kind of sucks though. Like that's one of those games where like it was awesome at the time, but if you try to play it, it's just garbage.
Yeah,
It's
that's what
so bad.
Conker's Bad Fur Day. I'd throw that in Criterion for video games.
That game was cool. If you don't know the history of that game, it was a game made by Rare that
Mhm.
was supposed to be. It was long in development. The development cycle was so long for that game, so many delays. It was supposed to be a cutesy kind of Mario type platformer where you collect things and it's really nice and fun and for kids. And then they just went off the deep end all of a sudden, and it was just taking so long to make that they just said fuck it, and they made it this really obscene, vulgar, violent, ridiculous game that still starred a squirrel named Conker. But the squirrel turned into like he was had a Brooklyn accent or something.
Yeah, it made no sense. Like, but listen, I only played it when I was like 12, 13, so maybe it's really bad now. But I remember that game quite fondly. Like I was obsessive with it. I lost the game sadly.
Yeah, the game itself is like kind of not good, but like it was cool. I remember it being cool. Like when it came, I was surprised what
Yeah.
Rare did. Rare had a major presence at E3. They announced their 30-year anniversary. They're coming out with a collection for Xbox One. With a lot of their classic games. I think the only ones that are omitted are, of course, like Donkey Kong Country, which is I think one of their best, but it's a Nintendo title, and Rare is with Microsoft now, so that's not going to be
Does
in there.
is Conker's Bad Fur Day coming out on that rare one?
I probably
I gotta check that because I saw Conker on the card, but I didn't know officially because I would be like, oh, I would be so jealous. I hope it comes out on.
But Banjo Kazooie's in there. Perfect Dark's in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of good stuff. That was a great. It was a great developer studio for a long time,
Yeah.
but now they recently they've kind of sucked.
Well, that's because they got bought out by Microsoft.
Well, it is. That's when it started. I wouldn't say that's the reason. I think the reason is that everybody left, like all the influential people that were making those games. Like it's not. No one in the company is one of the original people. It's a totally new group of people. So I think that's the real reason that they kind of sucked.
Yeah.
Recently.
Well, I mean, like,
Making-
yeah. But okay. I feel like with that depressing piece of information, although they do have a new. What's the name of the new game?
the new game looks great.
What's it
The
called?
new game looks great. It's called Pirate. Let's have fun. I forget what it's called, but
No, that's
it
not
looks
it.
like
I was
it's
like-
about pirates.
I was like, no, it's called like Wahoo Wahey or something. It's like
It's something to do with the sea. Like I don't remember.
I don't know. Well, yeah, that's the next game. For the next 10 minutes, we're gonna figure out the name of this game.
Yeah, let's just think about this.
Yeah. Well, that about does it for us on Criterion Club.
It's so funny that we publish this shit because I don't think none of our coworkers watch this, so we can just do whatever. No one
we can do
will
whatever we want.
object to this
It is
being
like-
published.
It is I will tell you after, but I just watched a movie that reminded me of Criterion Club, and I'll tell you why. We'll say that for the IndieCast. That's for other thing, but yeah, this is why I love it because we can do whatever the hell we want. It's
Yeah.
our little secret,
We have such a love for Criterion, the Criterion Collection, and
which is
the
why we
great
talk
work
about.
they do.
Yes,
So much respect for those guys.
but sometimes you just want to talk about E3.
Yeah, it just happened, man. Just
Yeah.
happened, E3.
Just happened.
And we still got Nintendo's conference. Well, not conference, but their Nintendo Direct tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I don't think they'll do that well, but we'll see.
No, I think they're kind of they don't. Their future's looking pretty bleak, which is
Yeah,
the saddest thing
yeah.
that's ever happened in
They
video
basically
games.
just need to revive all their old IPs and
No, they still make games with their old IPs. It's just like they're so out of touch. They don't allow you to talk to your friends while you play with them online. You can't talk to
Mhm.
them.
Yeah,
It's
they'll get there.
ridiculous.
They'll get there eventually.
Never.
But
They're too
until then,
stubborn.
but until then, we'll. When do you think we'll do the next one of these?
God.
Oh, that silence is so loud.
I mean, oh, you know what? I forgot to. We have to keep our tradition going. Where are those damn? Uh, I want my
Oh,
birthday party hat. Where's my birthday hat?
there you go.
Uh,
It's coming. It's coming. I need to randomize. Hold on. It's too short notice. We're on the out, so we're going in for the close, as they say. So
oh, it
now that
saved all
I'm,
my old ones. These are the ones that I remember the monocle, and
oh
this is
yeah.
from our last. This is from last
But
time.
now that we're in our professional wear, I think we have to bid
Oh, can
adieu
you
to
put them
the.
all on, or do they
I don't
cancel
know.
each other out? Oh, a little Google headband.
Get that off. They're not a sponsor.
Oh, right.
You don't want to. They'll sue us. But yeah, I think that's it. So, any last words, Cat Bernard?
I would say uh, the Criterion Collection better. You know, maybe the next time we'll do this is tomorrow because they got to get their shit together. They got to announce what their
Yeah.
September releases are going to be. But I will say one of their August releases makes me very happy. 2 days, one night,
Yep.
August,
That's a very good one. That's a
and
very
that
good.
is out on Netflix this tomorrow or Wednesday, very soon.
I don't know. Very soon. But I want to say I'm very disappointed. Criterion. We had these cakes lit, ready to go in celebration of their new lineup. We clearly can't have the cakes because they didn't announce anything. But I hope that Criterion will, like you said, get their shit together. That's redundant.
I
You just
have
put
I have my
glasses
real
on
glasses
glasses.
on and my fake glasses on. See? Whoa, that's trippy.
Oh my god.
What a trip. This is cinema.
I feel like Godard would call this a masterpiece in a way. Like this would be the future of cinema.
You're hosting, CJ. You got to get us out of here.
Okay, fine, fine. That's it. That's it. We'll see you whenever. We're in the ether. We'll come back. That's it. Have a good night or day or whenever you're watching this. It's night for us. So yeah, that's it for Criterion Club. Goodbye.
Probably my favorite presentation at the
We're,
Sony
we're still
conference was
live.
the No Man's Sky.
I just I just
No
I
Man's
just said
Sky was probably my favorite. The how huge that universe they built was blew my mind. I can't wait to play that game. And in November we've got Fallout 4, and what was the other one I really wanted to play? Fallout 4 and Star Wars Battlefront, both in November.
yeah, we're still live.
Cuphead.
Cuphead.